Good evening. My name is J.C. Cox. I'm a preacher. We got a mission down here in Porter Valley, Missionary Baptist Mission. God put it up on my heart to start in doing this video. And I ask everybody to pray for us. And I ain't nothing, I ain't nobody than nobody else. I'm a sort of son that been saved by the grace of God. And I try not to judge nobody. And I'm going to preach something today, and if you're a preacher, you listen to this, and you may disagree with most of it. And if you do, you take the Bible and prove me wrong, that'd be fine. But if you disagree with it and you can't take the Bible and prove me wrong, honey, you got to take what the Bible teaches. And I wish and pray that we all start in find the Bible praying some man. And I wish that us, a God called preacher, and God people would start in getting down on our knees and humble ourselves down and depend upon God to give us the thing that we need. And ask God to lead and direct us, and we'll follow Him and not follow some man. And that we want Christ to make a big name for ourselves, because it ain't about us, but about God. And about the lost being saved. And if you are today and you've been saved by the grace of God, it would do you to do everything that you can to serve God and give God the honor and glory. And that God get all the honor and glory. And that you'll serve God in such a way that you'll be able to hold Jesus up before the lost and dying order. Ain't that what we for to do? We for to hold Jesus up before the lost and dying order. Jesus come fast, God come fast, and ain't but one God, that God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, they all make one. And I want you understand that today. If you are lost today, I hope and pray that you heard something. And I hope God put this in here somewhere that I might be able to say something about that Jesus hung on the cross. And He paid the sin debt for whosoever that believe up on Him and repent and call up on Him can be saved today. But the message I got today is for somebody else. And it's for me too now. I want you to understand that it ain't so for somebody else, it's for all of us that been saved by the grace of God. But most especially us, God called preacher. Honey, we teach all the time that we need to follow God. And I believe that all my heart today. I believe that we need to put God first in all things. We need to follow Him and preach and teach and do the thing that He put on our heart. And I'll be honest with you today, the thing that I got to preach today, if it's up to me, I will not preach it. I do not think it need to be preached on the video, but who am I to tell God what needs to be and don't need to be? I pray today that department, us and God people, trying to tell God what we need and how that we need to do this and need to do that. And we trying to judge and we trying to be God. We don't need to be God, we need to be a servant unto Him. And we need to give Him all the honor and glory. If you got your Bible this evening, I want you to turn over in the book of Jeremiah to the Queen for chapter and start in the first verse there. And I want you to listen to this. And you listen to what it says. It says, "Rule be unto the passion, that the sorry and sorry the sleep of my passion, said the Lord. Therefore, thus said the Lord God of Israel, against the passion that feed my people. You have sorry my flock, and you have cried them away, and you have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of wood doer, said the Lord. Now, if you are passionate and you done what this say you done, or you doing this today, or you teaching and preaching the thing that God put up on your heart, or you teaching and preaching the thing that you want people to believe, or you serving God and growing people, trying to get people to come into thy house, and trying to see that the gospel go out. Or you one of the pastors that tell people that, yeah, you doing good, say the amen, Colin. We are the okay. We're the only people that serving God. We are the only people that believe in find God. But now you don't go out and preach nowhere because you don't need to go to different places and preach. You don't need to go over there and visit them and pray for the lost over there. You don't need to have nothing to do with them people. Honey, you are teaching the people not to follow God. Honey, let me tell you something today. If you want them pastors, honey, someday you're going to stand before God, and you all have to give an account for it. And not only the pastor, but ever God called preacher, don't go and preach the gospel. Honey, it is our duty to follow God. It is our duty to serve God. And there's some other thing here in the Bible I want to bring out. But I want you to listen to it. And I want you to tell me if I'm wrong. You take the Bible and prove to me. And I will back up on this. But unto them I'm going to say I do. Everyone that ever been called to preach the gospel, it is our duty to take every opportunity that we can and see that the gospel go out. And I know that you're going to say, I can't preach sin, I can't preach that. You're going to say, I don't need to go over there, I don't need to have nothing to do with that month or this month. Let me tell you something, God is not a person. He hung on the cross for whosoever. And that means that everybody that call upon him can be saved. He died for every sin in this world. He died for every sin. There ain't nobody in this world that don't need serve to hear the gospel. And it say over here, and I'll get to that in a minute, but let me go someplace else fast. If you got your Bible, go over to Mark. And this is Jesus talking unto his disciples there. And I want you to talk, listen to that. If you go over to the 16th chapter of Mark and the 14th verse, I'm going to begin up there. It said, prepare unto the order, and they say at me, and by them they unbelieve, and they harden their heart, because they believe not them which have seen him after he had risen. Let me tell you something. They did not even believe that Jesus had risen down. They said they were the disciple that. Let me tell you, some of you today don't believe what the Bible teaches today. And you claim to be God called preacher. And you say, or you don't need to preach to that. Or you don't need to go over there and preach the gospel to them. They don't need to hear this. Let me tell you, there may be something wrong with them. If there's something wrong with it, they need to hear the truth. And who got the truth? Us, the one that been saved by the grace of God. Us, the one that crying to follow God. The old time missionary baby sir, I love it to death. We need to see that the gospel go out, because God gave us the authority to see that the gospel preached. He gave the order over him. What did he told them in the 15th verse there? And he said unto them, upon you into all the order, and preach the gospel. Let me back that up. Say, go you into all the order, and preach the gospel to every creature. Let me tell you something, who he talking to that? He talking to the order disciple that. He said, go into all the order and preach the gospel. You tell me one place in the Bible it said not to go. You tell me one person of the Bible that said not to preach on TV. You tell me one person of the Bible that said not to preach on the YouTube or Facebook. You tell me one person of the Bible that said not to go and preach. But he said go into all the order. That was Jesus doing the talking that. Now you passing, you preaching that say that you don't need to preach over that, or you don't need to go down and preach the gospel. Well, do you get that? Find that in the Bible for me. Honey, let me tell you something. We need to see that the truth go out. Honey, we claim that we got the truth, and I believe that we have. How come we don't want to preach it? How come we don't want the truth to go out? Honey, we worry about our family being saved. We worry about the people that we love. What about all the other people in this order? Honey, God loved everyone. And God gave the only begotten Son to die on the cross that everyone can be saved. And honey, let me tell you something. If you are the preacher that say that we don't need to go and preach the gospel, honey, let me tell you something. They are coming a day, honey, that me and you will have to answer for it. Not only that, there'll be lost people that will die and go to hell because me and you did not follow what God said. Because we don't go by this good book. It said go in all nations and preach the gospel. Honey, over the 14th chapter of Matthew, or not the 14th, the 24th chapter of Matthew, and the 14th verse, and it said this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the earth for a work unto all nations, and them that shall the end come. Let me tell you something. We need to see that the gospel go out. Honey, I pray today, honey, we ain't serving God the way we need to. If you're a pastor today and you tell the preacher that they need to serve into the amen calling and they don't need to get out and preach, honey, let me tell you something. You are not teaching the Bible here. You are teaching something that you make up because you worry about maybe somebody go out and do something good. Now, honey, let me tell you something. My Bible teaches that we are to love each other. We are to pray for each other. Honey, my Bible teaches all this. But let me tell you something. My Bible also teaches that we need to see the gospel go out. Honey, ain't no reason. Honey, Paul over here, honey, he talked about him. Now, I believe this Paul doing the talking. It said that if they shall confess that they met the Lord Jesus and shall believe in their heart that God hath raised from the dead, they shall be saved. And it said believe from their heart now. Honey, that's how you get saved today if you had done lost. You had to believe from the deep of the heart that Jesus is the only begotten Son of God. You had to call upon Him for the salvation of your soul. And honey, you had to believe this. It said, for it the heart man believe unto righteousness, and it the man confess it, make unto salvation. For the scripture said, whosoever believe Him shall not be ashamed. For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek. For the same glory all over all. It rich unto all call upon Him. That means that everybody that call upon God can be saved. That means that God knows a person. That means that my God ever person to have the opportunity to hear the truth. And that means that you can preach the gospel. I don't care who you at. Honey, you may say, well, God ain't never told me to go over there and preach. Did God call you a preacher? Honey, He did. He gave you the commission that day and gave you the authority to go and preach the gospel. He didn't say, I come every day and tell you what to go and not to go. He said, He called me to preach. He said, go and preach my word. He didn't put no implementation on it. He didn't tell me that I couldn't go here and couldn't go there, but He said, go and preach my word. If anyone all preaching that man called a preach, if God told you to go and preach over here but not go over there, you tell me about that. I ain't going to believe you, but I'll tell you God, I don't believe God ever called nobody and said, don't go and preach. He said, go. Honey, He told the disciples to go in all nations. Honey, let me tell you something. We need to go every time we get the opportunity. It said, for whosoever shall call up on the name of the Lord shall be saved. It said, how then shall they call on Him who they had not heard? Who they had not believed, and how shall they believe in Him who they had not heard? And how shall they hear at a preacher? Honey, that tell you at that you need to be at preaching the gospel. How can they hear if a preacher ain't there telling the truth? If he ain't at preaching the gospel, it said, how shall they preach? It said they be sent, and how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good thing. I'm telling you today, we need to preach the gospel and see that the truth go out. We need to do everything that we can and try to tell people about Jesus there. Let me tell you something this morning. If you listen to me, let me tell you what Paul said there. If you only turn over to the 1 Corinthians, and I believe that with me faint there in the 9th chapter, in the 16th verse, it said, for through I preach the gospel, I had nothing to glory for necessity worry up on me. It rule unto me if I preach not the gospel. Let me tell you, Paul said, rule unto me if I preach not the gospel. If you don't go and preach today, and you've been called a preacher, I'll tell you something. Ain't going to be a judgment day, and we all going to stand before God that some day, and we're going to have to give a account. How come we didn't go and preach the gospel? Let me tell you something today. If God called you a preacher, you need to be out preaching. Let me tell you something today. It ain't that you be something. It ain't to make a name for yourself. I for you today, we got so many preachers today. They say, look at me. I'm a pastor of one so-and-so party. We don't have nothing to do with nobody. Say ourselves because we don't perfect people at all. Let me tell you something today. We ain't none perfect. We ain't none good. I want you understand that. And I want you understand today, it is our duty to preach the gospel unto their lost. And I'm my prayer today that God take me and use me, that I might be able to preach something to somebody that will be a help to them, not so to the lost, but to God people. If you want to preach to that, and will pastor tell you not to go and preach somewhere, or if you can find excuse not to go and preach, you tell me, what kind of excuse you got? My Bible says go in all nations. The Bible teaches to be in season and out of season. What does that mean? That means sometimes you're going to be on fire for God, sometimes you ain't. But let me tell you something. If you cry with best to follow God, He going to bless you. And my God ain't never turn his back on none. We turn our back on God all the time. Every time that God give you an opportunity to preach, and you won't go and preach, you turn your back on God. And not only that, there may be some lost boy or girl that need to hear the gospel. You may be the one that had the right word that break their heart. And God can take that and convict them, and they call upon God for salvation. If you at that lost today, you understand. My God, rub everybody's same. It don't make no difference who you are. It don't make no difference where you come from. It don't make no difference what color you are. God gave the only begotten Son to hang on the cross that the lost could be saved. What do you have to do to be saved? You have to believe upon God. You have to repent unto Him and go to God, turn everything over to Him and meet His condition, and you can be saved today. What is the gospel? The gospel is that Jesus is the only begotten Son of God, that He came down here and He hung on the cross, and on they put in the tomb there, and on the fourth day He came out of the tomb because He loved God in the flesh, and He able to lay your life down for me and you, and He able to pick up again, and He able to save our soul. He able to take a dead son, and that's what you are. If you're a son, you are dead unto God, but you can be born into God's family today, and that's what the gospel is today, that you can be born into God's family. And you can be saved by the grace of God, not by work, not by baptizing, not by some man to shake you a hand, not because you done something good, but because you repent and call upon God for salvation, and you can be saved today. But let me tell you something today. We got so many preachers today that got more excuse not to preach than have to preach. I tell you they can't preach because so-and-so paying for that. Let me tell you today, if the Pope wants to pay for me and preach on the TV, I'll be happy to preach every Sunday on TV. If God bless me and give me the liberty to do it, let me tell you something there. It don't matter different who pay for it. All the money belongs to God anyway. Everything in this world belongs to God. You don't lose the excuse that somebody paid for it may pay for the program that be on TV or the program that may be on the radio. You don't lose the excuse that somebody may donate to it that you can't accept it because you don't know who donate. It don't make no difference. All the money belongs to God. Everything in this world belongs to God. You think God can't take your son and lose His money to glorify God? Let me tell you something. You may not believe it today, but my Bible teaches that every tongue going to confess, every mouth, every tongue, every mouth going to confess that God is God. Let me tell you something. Did not God take Judah and lose him to get God in glory? Did God not take him and lose him to fulfill the prophet? Let me tell you something. The old time, the prophet at the old time, did not Judah became crazy Jesus? Was Judah not a lost person? But God said got honor and glory for him. He said done the thing that God ought to do. And let me tell you, I believe that every person is going to glorify God sometime or another. It may be a devil horror, but they're going to glorify God. But you don't stand there and make excuse to me. You don't get up on Sunday morning. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even like to hear most of the pastor preach him up. They get up on Sunday morning, go to the house of God, and pastor that. And they tell you how important it is for the lost to hear the gospel. They tell you how important it is for us to see that the gospel go out. They tell you that we need to see that the gospel go out. We need to support the pastor. We need to support the preacher. And they tell you all this. But you give it the opportunity to go and preach somewhere, and they say, let me pour you back. Let me pour you back. That's a good word to say, no, I ain't going to go and preach that. Because some man may say something. I worry about man, but damn God. It's time for us to get down off our high horse and get down on our knee and say, God, here we are. You saved my soul. You've called me to preach. Give me the grace to go and preach. And don't worry about what man think about you. Amen. I'll tell you what. If we could get ourselves out the way, we could see lost people get saved. If there ever be a time that this nation need a great revival, it can happen. happen. And you say, preacher, you got more confidence than I have. No, if God could do it a hot hour ago, if God could do it 2 flash hours ago, God said the same as He always been. He can do it today. Let me tell you, so we got God hand tied because we're God people and God preachers. We're not part of God. We were not preach the gospel because we don't preach our family and to our friends and to the one that breathes that in the same way I do. We need to preach the gospel to the lost. We need to preach the doctor to the one that don't preach the doctor the way we do. We need to preach what the Bible teaches. We need to hold the Bible up. We need to hold Jesus up. We need to hold Jesus up before the lost and thy world. We need to hold Jesus up before God people. That we, God people, might turn back to God and look to God for the heart we need. I believe King David said, my heart come from the mountain. But the what heart come from today? Where I need to know something, I call my pastor. Or I call old preacher so-and-so and see what he tell me about it. Do you ever thought that he may be wrong? Hey, my Bible teaches if you don't answer to something, you get down on your knee and talk to God about it. And He'll give you the answer. Hey, we got more confidence in some man than we have God. We are deceiving ourselves. Think because we sit here all by ourselves. It ain't nobody but us. And we do so good a job. We go every Sunday. We put $1 in the donation plate. We pat the pastor on the back. We put the pastor up on a pastor. But we forgot to love God. And we forgot to serve God. We forgot to pray to God. We forgot to depend upon God. If you don't answer, call preacher so-and-so. Hey, if you don't answer, get down on your knee and talk to God about it. Hey, don't make excuse. Well, if I go over and preach, somebody may say something about it. Them people, well, they don't even wear a necktie. I wear a necktie every Sunday. Let me tell you something. It don't matter if you got a necktie or not. You know, I had a preacher tell me one time. He said you need to dress like a preacher. And I said, what you mean? He said, you need a bit fancy, so you need a suit on, you need a necktie, you need to dress up on Sunday, you need to walk around, your necktie and suit on, and you need to dress like a preacher. And I said, okay, what about it? I said, dress the way that John the Baby did. Did John the Baby have a necktie on? No. Did John the Baby have a bit fancy suit on? No. Did John the Baby serve God? Yes. Did John the Baby follow God? Yes. Did John the Baby preach the gospel? Yes. What did John the Baby preach? Repent, for the King of heaven at hand. What are we preaching today? Don't go over there and preach to them. Don't preach repent to them. Don't go over there and tell them they preaching that ain't right. Don't go over there and tell you they doing something wrong. But so you'll say away from it. My Bible teaches we need to preach the Bible. Everything in this Bible, I believe that God put in for man to write down. It's good for us. It's good we need to take it. If you want to preach that think you too good to go somewhere and preach, if you want to preach that think that somebody may donate some money to something that support you and you don't need to go and preach, may God have mercy upon you. I'm tired of that nonsense. And I'm tired of these pastors telling people what to do. Hey, if you're a pastor today, you for be a servant unto God people. You ain't for be a dictator. You ain't for to tell who to read singing. You ain't for to tell who going to party today. You ain't for be the one that tell who going to party the piano. But you for be the one that tell them to follow God. You the one that for tell them to repent and be saved. You the one that for preach the gospel to them. You the one that for preach the and say, "Would that be? I'm the pastor away. We got 75 people come away. I drive a $50,000 vehicle. What difference make what car you drive? What difference make how many people come? If ain't but 2 come, you dare preach the truth to them. What difference make the number? I believe that. Somewhere in the Bible, and I can find it, you want me to, it said I preach the gospel. Somebody else swallowed. God gave the increase. God gave the increase. God is the only one that can save anybody. God is the only one that can burst us today. We may think we burst. I got a good job. I got a $50,000 vehicle. I heard a preacher talk about in a pulpit that he drove a $50,000 vehicle and say I can go and do what I want to, go and buy what I want to, go on vacation and something pretty much that what I say, but I pretty much got enough money to do anything I want to do. How come you ain't got enough money to preach the gospel? How come you ain't got enough money to go out on the corner and preach the gospel to the lost? Because you don't want to follow God. Because you're afraid some man may talk about you. You're afraid of somebody, but you ain't for your God. I'll be honest with you today. That one of the big trouble we got, God people are not for your God no more. Yeah, God love you. Yeah, God wants to see that everything good for you. But you know, sometimes, well, I'm going to take that back. It ain't sometimes. I believe that every person that served God had to suffer. He says, suffer for my name's sake. Honey, I think we need to suffer for God. What people talk about you? Honey, you talk about me all you want to. And I stand before God, I ain't got to give a account for what you say about me. I had to give an account for the thing that I done and didn't done. I ain't got to answer to you. Honey, it's good that we grew up eating up. And we cried to heart eating up. Honey, let me tell you, I ain't trying to put nobody down today. I'm just telling you what the Bible says. And I know somebody's going to say, you ought not preach this on the YouTube, on Facebook. Honey, I can't preach it to you because you too good to come and hurt me. Because you are what boy that I am. You're a boy preacher that I am. You're a boy person that I am. And I feel that JC, go in person to preach the gospel. If God give me the grace, I will. Honey, let me tell you something. I believe that what my Bible teach. If you can tell me it teach not to go, you take the Bible and prove it to me. Honey, I'm tired of preaching. Worrying about who paid for something. Somebody may know. How do you know it ain't somebody? It may be somebody sitting there. They're a different denomination. And listen to you preach on something, you a pastor. And y'all pass the word part yard. That different denomination may put out a $10 bill and put it with part. Or you going to give it back to him? No, you're going to take it home and worship. What difference make who pray for you to preach on the TV? What difference make who pay for you to preach on the organ? On you preach the truth, God going to bless you. I ain't say I said a few minutes ago. If the Pope called me and say, "Boy, JC," or says JC, or call me, I don't care what he call me. He said, "I'm going to donate some money to you to pay for you to preach on the TV. I'm going to give you the opportunity to preach that." Honey, I think I need to take the opportunity to follow God and do what God tell me to do. Because God called me a preacher a long time ago. How I preach every time I got the opportunity? No. But I need to. I need to see that the gospel go out. You know, I believe that Paul said, My prayer for Israel is that they be saved. Honey, the prayer in my heart today, and the prayer that never be ever God called preacher heart, is that the lost get saved. Amen. The prayer in my heart, and never be ever preacher heart today, is that God bless his preacher. Don't make no difference who they are, that God bless them. And you say, God ain't going to bless all the preachers. He'll bless everyone if they follow him. If they don't follow him, he's going to chastise them. He's going to chastise you too. You know, the Bible teaches that the last day, they talk about one of the shirt over there at Word Basin. They thought how good they are. They didn't need nothing. And God told them they were lukewarm. They didn't know how bad shape they in. Honey, that's what kind of shape we're in today. We think we need nothing because we got 50 people coming on Sunday. We got the same old bunch. We got 4 or 5 preachers saying the amen calling. And honey, I get to preach, they pat me on the back. And maybe it would look like we had somebody testify. Maybe one time a word somebody gets saved. And boy, ain't we blessed. Honey, you'll be blessed that God meet you every Sunday. And he saved 10, 15 people. You'll be blessed if you go out on the mission field and preach the gospel and lost people get saved. Amen. Honey, blessing come from God. What is blessing? We think blessing is we go out a big fancy car, got a big necktie on. I got a necktie on tonight. It don't mean a damn boring thing to me. But let me tell you something. We think we blessed because we go out a big fancy car, because people hold up, because people got confidence in us, and my Bible teach don't put your confidence in man. Honey, we don't need to put our confidence in the pastor. We need to put it in God. We don't need to put our confidence in some man. We need to put it in God. Amen. Now, if you want to pit this thing to death, may God help you. If you got a problem with this mission, if you're a God-called preacher there, and you don't think that you need to preach the gospel, take this Bible and show me. If you're a pastor somewhere, and you think that you don't need to support the gospel going out to the lost and dying world, if you don't think you need to preach the gospel to the lost, if you don't think you need to preach the doctrine to the God people, take the Bible and show me. Honey, if you disagree with me tonight, and I wish we could turn this thing around, I could begin all over on it. Honey, if you're a preacher today and you don't agree with me, pray to God back. If I'm wrong, ask God to show me. But also have nothing backbone, and you pray and ask God to read and direct his people. The Bible says, if my people who are called by my name would turn from their sin and repent, and I may get this a little bit off that I will hear they are. The world nation need to be here today. Do our kids need to know about Jesus today? Do we need to put God back in everything today? Honey, let me tell you something. I don't want to get in politics. But honey, I got on everything else I want to get in politics too. If you want these people out here that breathe, it's okay for a mama to have a baby kid before it's born. May God have mercy on you. If you want these people today that breathe, that we should all open our door, wherever people in from every nation come into the United States, because they poor people. Yes, some are poor, some are need to be hurt. But you can come in there, what are you? But you say, well, they ain't got the thing that we got. No, they probably don't. Let me tell you something. Probably 9% of you got mud to eye high. Most of you got a big fan house. Most of you got more food to eye high. Most of you wear a whole lot fancy I do. Do that mean I can consider walk into a door, make myself home? You keep me up? You feed me? No, it don't. If I walk up to a house or walk to a door and sit down or turn the TV on and start watching the TV, you'll call police and come and pull me out. And then you say, oh, so where people come into this nation. So anytime they ought to, do anything they ought to. We give us some money to help that. We take my tax money, we take our son and give them money to it. My Bible teaches a man needs to work for himself. My Bible teaches that we need to do our part. Honey, how come them people do argue on? Because they deny God. Because most of them don't believe in Jesus. Boy, believe in the Pope. And honey, I don't know a whole lot about the Pope, but everything I ever saw, I ain't never heard him talk about being saved by the grace of God. Honey, I ain't ever heard him talk about a time of price. Honey, I got a time of price that God saved me. I got a time of price that God had called me a priest. I got a time of price that God had blessed me. And I got some prices that God had helped me because I didn't follow him. But my part is today, if you want a pastor or you want a preacher that got excuse not to go and preach, can you give me the excuse? Tell me that in the Bible. Honey, do I want to go? God sent me to Jamaica. I didn't want to go, but I thank God they did. God called me a preacher. I didn't want to be a preacher, but I thank God he did. But most of all today, I thank God for saving my soul. And I hope and pray that somebody listens to this mission and that you get so upset over this mission that you get down one knee and talk to God. And if I wrong, that God will show me that I'm wrong. But if you wrong, that God show you that you're wrong. And I ain't boasting. But hey, I thank God that I have followed him a few times. And he have blessed my soul. And yes, I got grandkids. Got one, as far as I know, she's still lost. She needs to be saved. They some little kid out in California. They some little kid over in Africa. They some little kid up in Canada that need to be saved. Can I go and preach to them? No. Can God take this message on YouTube, on Facebook, and touch them? Yes. Can God take the message that the preacher preaches on TV and touch somebody and say they so? Yes. Honey, that's how come we need to see that the gospel go out. If you want a preacher that got excuse, how come you can't go and preach? Honey, you think in the Bible and show it to me. Lord, that my Bible say not to go. Honey, let me tell you, we need to love our family, but we need to love everybody. My Bible teaches that we need to love our enemy. And you say, who are your enemy? That the people that don't believe the way we do. That the people that believe it's okay to be a homosexual. That the people that believe it's okay to kill a baby before they're born. Honey, that the people that believe that you ain't got to be saved by the grace of God. That the people that teach you that you can do anything you want to and be okay. Honey, my Bible don't teach that. But I for us God people, what we teach that today? We teach if you've been saved by the grace of God and you've been baptized by a God-called preacher, a pastor, some old-fashioned swear. You ain't got to serve God no more, so go and say in the amen column. If God call you to preach, you ain't got to go out and preach, so say in the amen column. You don't need to preach. You don't need to see that the gospel go out. We teach people today not to visit no person but your home serve. If you want a pastor today that preach that you need to be in your home serve every time the door open, you take the Bible and tell me what it said there. It said don't fast with sad to assemble together. ain't but one cert, one God, one faith, one baptism. Ain't but one cert. And honey, that's the one that God set up. And honey, I know there's some that do things that I don't agree with. But does that mean that they ain't cert no more? Can you tell me who is cert and who ain't? Can you tell me who right and who wrong? So because you believe something, or because, let me tell you something. If you believe something, you have enough backbone to say and teach and preach what you believe. But if you should believe something because old so-and-so told you over there, honey, it's hard to have enough backbone to say and preach. Or we do, I'll do. We preach every day what preacher so-and-so said. You know, I heard all my wife, and I heard some it. But I heard all my wife, it was sin to buy and sell a dog. I heard that all my wife because some of the old preachers preach that. You want for to buy and sell a dog? It don't teach that in the Bible. It said don't bring a parcel of dog into the house of God. We don't live bring a parcel of anything in the house of God. Amen. It don't tell you that it's wrong for you to buy and sell a dog. Matter of fact, my Bible teaches that God gave man the moment, well, I can't even pronounce it, but he gave man the authority to be all animal. Does that mean that you can beat and mistreat the animal? No. But he gave us authority to worship. Gave man authority to eat and kill them, to food. I believe that God gave us a bunch of things. Matter of fact, I believe God been so good to us, we forget how good that God been to us. And sometimes we go on half horse and say, would at me. Honey, we don't need to say, would at me. It ain't my place to come down and say, would at JC done. It's my place to come down and preach the gospel to you. It's my place to hold Jesus up before the lost and dying world. If God called you a preacher, I believe that we're a place too, to hold Jesus up before they're lost and dying world. That'll be my mission. Ain't y'all preacher, or ain't y'all deacon, or ain't y'all saint member that can take the Bible and prove to me that we don't need to see that the gospel go out. So give me a call. Tell me about it. I don't know about it. That's how much confidence I got in this Bible. I believe that it teaches. It teaches that the gospel need to go out in all nations. It teaches to go all the world and preach the gospel. Show me one place that said not to go. Honey, it ain't there. I can't think. Maybe you can. If you can't, give me a call. That'd be my message. Thank you for tuning in to us. May God bless each and every one of you. I love you. We might not agree on everything, but my prayer is that God take you and bless you and your family. And that God take you and roost you, and you get, that God bless you, and God get the honor and glory for you. My prayer is that the lost will be saved. Not that somebody call me and say, JC, give me the answer to this. Honey, I can't give you the answer enough. I'll tell you what the Bible say. If I can think, and sometimes I can't think. But if you already got the answer, get on your knee and go to God. Don't go to some man. Don't put your confidence in man. Don't hold your pastor up above nobody else. Remember your pastor, and he'll be a servant unto you. Remember the pastor is not a dictator. He do not need to rule the church. He do not need to tell how to do comfort. He do not tell you how you need to vote. He don't even need to tell you nothing say what the Bible teaches. And you do worship because you pray and ask God. That'll be my mission. Thank you for tuning in.